I decided that this would probably be a great morning when, before going to work, I'd come on here just to kind of show y'all a little more how I'm coming along on these projects. And, there's just a lot going on in my life right now and in my work and with all the stuff about the pandemic and all. And what I'd like to show is that there's just a few more little things to come along on these little St. Niklaas projects. Like, I would like to kind of show you all here where you see that I've already carved out this line here and this line here. There's a place where you also sort of do it along the bottom of the skirt to kind of make that little ruffle seam. And we're gonna try to demonstrate a little more of that today, given what time we have before it is time for me to go out the door and go to work. As you can see, I have my uniform on for work. It says not all heroes wear capes, some wear aprons. Because yes, I work in a school cafeteria, and my particular task is not wearing an apron, but it is just among those things where, as far as what we see in this world and what we do, we kind of work in a place that is generally about that. And it's just among those things where, as I need to say today, I will let you all know that I had a coworker who, though she's been vaccinated, she's tested positive for COVID, and I am among one of the few workers there who is vaccinated, and everyone who isn't vaccinated has to quarantine and not be able to come to work because they might have come in contact with this person. And it just so happens we're going to be a little more short-staffed this week because only the minority of us have been vaccinated and are able to work. But here, what I want to show you now is where I have placed these lines. I may have to make this video a little short and quick because I don't know exactly how much time I'm going to have, but I do want to kind of try to get things a little done here as much as I can, show you all what I'm doing. And first of all, as you see, I have sort of cut that line right there. There's another line over here I'm getting ready to cut, and it shall just make another little V cut to come along. And this next little place here for the work to be done, I show you all how I've made these 3 cuts. And last but not least, there is one more to make on the back of the little place and take it to a little further more extremity and just make it a little more for the work to come along and reach out to the souls in need, I say. And the lines have been drawn on this one, so time to kind of cut them along, make them a little place that we know that shall reach. It's just a world out here. Sometimes I pray to the world that we all get a little bit of sense in us, that we all kind of show this world what a place we live in, what a place we have, what a world we come to, and that's what it all comes down to. Like I say, that old Jack Robinson country song that went, "What's my world coming to? Can't do a thing without you. What's my world coming to?" So it's just one of those worlds where we see that COVID's taken over, Delta's taken over. We see we live in a world where it's all just little out of reach and out of our touch. I might try to see what I can do along here, carve along these lines here to kind of make out the skirt a little more, kind of bring it out along the lines and make Santa come out a little better. It's like these little St. Niklauses, and just be careful, because I'd say if you kind of end up shaving off the ruffle of the skirt, it's no big deal, because what it's going to come down to is you're going to be rounding that off at the end anyway. So try to kind of make it so you can just focus on the positives, focus on what needs to be done, focus on getting it all better, getting it all in the right place and where it needs to be, because this is a good world. This is a world we live in where we fight for each other. We fight for our own rights in life, and everybody knows that this is a world that is in so much need, and taking care of little young individuals in life. For of all things I pray, we come a long way. It's just a world that has a little faith in it. It's probably too soon to be going about doing this part yet, but since things were just kind of chipped along, thought I might go ahead and start going about that and try to get this out right to where it needs to be. And sometimes there's going to be those moments when the tools are not going to do what you want them to do, but it'll get a little exotic here and there. It'll get a little crazy here and there. You just kind of gotta watch out what you do and take care of the little things you need in life, and be a little brave and soulish and peaceful in life, and the little things shall come to you and make a little faith out of you, and be a little cheerful to you, and show you a little grace and judgment for your life. For of all things, we will take care of what we need. We will take care of who we know. We will take care of what we do. We will show a world that we are full of grace and mercy and truth, and that there's just a world out there to look up to that sees our needs, sees God, and sees what kind of faith we have in the Lord. Because these little times in our lives, we see God working miracles in us, working miracles in our lives. And we know, like the old song we used to sing went as a kid, we have a great big wonderful God. A great big wonderful God. So, since I got so far on that one, along this part of the skirt, decided I'd go ahead and try to take the other one and try to make it come out quite the same way. It's just a little thing in this world that has a little faith to come and take care of our needs. We all got little graces in this world, and we all got little times we take care of things, and This little world is full of sorrows, and the teardrops often fall. But there will be nothing but joy and gladness safe inside the jasper wall. Like that little hymn goes to that hymn, I've a home beyond the river. I've a mansion bright and fair. I've a home beyond the river. I shall dwell with Jesus there. So, the little hymns, they say a lot. Think about the times in our lives when we know what we face and what we know and what little obstacles we have to take. Obstacles are just a little means by which we learn to overcome. We know that according to our Bible, we are supposed to count it all joy when we face trials of many kinds, knowing that the trying of our faith develops perseverance. Because there's just many versions of the Bible. They all state things different ways. And from our Bibles, we learn a lot of stuff. I felt like mine certainly taught me a lot of things. Sometimes the little things we read, they mean a lot to us. Like there's a verse that says, if any man shall lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives freely to all and without reproach. But he must believe and not doubt. For he who doubts is like a wave of the sea that is tossed and turned and driven by the wind. We know in this same little book of the Bible, it also tells us that each of us is like a mist of smoke that comes and goes and vanishes, and we never know what we're going to face next, where we're going to be next. But this little world is just a place where we see God and we see people, and of all the needs we have in life, we see needs that take us away and take us to heaven and to glory and make little special people of us and make little special souls of us. This world is just a place where, as it says in Ecclesiastes, one generation passes away, but earth abides forever, and another one comes. And that's the kind of thing that I see when I look in the Word and find little things that have special little meanings in life. They say all kinds of things to us and tell us that even in another place it tells us that heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. There's a little history to the Bible, and you must know it to understand it. I will say that as for what I've done so far, that will be the end of today's video. We're going to try to go to the other side of these two St. Nicholas figures, perhaps another day or on another video, knowing how tired I'm going to be for how the days are going this week. I don't know when that will be. Could be tomorrow, another day soon, could be later this week, could be this weekend, and it could be next week. But I say that whenever it's going to be something that we're going to see through. We're going to see that the Lord's going to have His own good will and His own good time. And of all things, all we have to do is pray. May God bless us as we close this video for the day.